I've always wanted a baby, even when I was little and didn't know where they came from. It's been an ache deep in my soul for as long as I can remember. A sickness, a malignant desire creeping through my body, winding its way around my veins, twisting along the billions of nerve pathways, wrapping up my brain in a hormone-fogged desire. All I wanted was to be a mother. A little baby girl. Is that too much to ask? It's funny, it makes me embarrassed to remember now. As a kid, I used to wish and wish with screwed-up eyes, summoning all the magic I could through clenched teeth and tight fists, concocting an imaginary magic powder from my mother's pink-smelling talc and a tube of silver glitter. I sprinkled it over tiny tears, holding my breath for the moment she would come to life, my pain-free virgin labour lasting all of 3 minutes. Yes, it makes me laugh now. Makes me want to smash things. I remember the dusty halo of sparkly powder falling to the carpet in a disappointing drift when I gently poked the inanimate plastic doll. Why wasn't she breathing? Why wasn't she alive? Why hadn't the magic powder, or God, or my special powers, anything, made my dolly real? She was still cold, plastic, and as good as dead. How I sobbed when she just lay there, unmoving and rigid in my arms, swaddled in a knitted blanket. What about all the love I had given her over the years, the longest gestation on record? Didn't that count for anything? I wanted to snatch her from toy box land into real life so I could be her mummy. Didn't she want to be mine? Didn't she want to be loved and fed and rocked and played with and gazed at and cherished above anything else? Didn't she love me back? I must have tried the magic powder 100 times. Each time was a failure, like some kind of useless waste of money IVF, not that I knew what that was back then. By the time I was 12 years old, I pulled Tiny Tear's head off and pushed it into the glowing coals of the living room fire when no one was looking. She drizzled into the ash pan. Her eyes melted last, each one staring up at me in a different dizzy blue direction. Stupid molten baby. If anyone's going to give me grandchildren, it'll be you, Mum always used to say as her right cheek twitched a feverish dance. I prayed I wouldn't let her down. Mum wasn't the kind of person who took kindly to disappointment. She'd had too much of it in her life to be lenient with it anymore. Sissy was what my older sister called me. The name had stuck when she couldn't pronounce my real one. There were only 18 months between us in age, and being the only live babies our mother had, we were driven closer still by her smothering. Apart from us, there were 8 miscarriages, 3 stillbirths, and a little brother who died from meningitis aged 2. I was the youngest. Lucky last. We nearly lost you too, she reminded me regularly, as if losing children was what everyone did. She was sitting on the old bench, caught up in the dangling red creeper, crunching her tablets and chain-smoking. She looked on fire. Telling me how I survived against the odds should have made me feel special, as though I was her clever near-miss who had somehow broken the spell. Like I shouldn't really be there at all, but by good luck, by huge sprinklings of magic powder, here I was, breathing and alive. In contrast, Pa was a quiet, unassuming man who ate his food leaning against the sink, watching the 3 women in his life, winking at me when the wretched, guilty feeling about my existence squeezed tears from my virtually dry eyes. I felt sorry for all my dead brothers and sisters, as if I'd pushed in and taken their places. Pa forked up his mashed potato, a ciggy tucked behind his ear for afters, and always with those lines of coal dust circling his throat. Pa loved me. Pa stroked my hair when Mum wasn't looking. Pa had been dying for as long as I could remember. The dirty circles were still round his neck when I peeked into his coffin as a virtually mute 15-year-old. The tattooed necklace from years down the mines, lung cancer and emphysema to boot, my mother proudly told everyone, was the only thing I recognised about him. At the wake, I overheard Mum talking to Auntie Diane about the likelihood of Pa having gone to heaven and becoming a baby again. Mum was into all that crazy spiritual stuff and went to see a medium before Pa's body was even cold. Usually, Auntie Diane would humour Mum during her less than normal times, she had called them, to make her feel better. But now I think it was just to make me and my sister feel better, to make us believe that everything was all right when it wasn't. "Your mother's as loopy as a box of weasels," she told us once. After that, I wished Auntie Di was our real mother. Later in the bath, I scattered the remains of my old magic talc mixture all over my tummy, pretending it was my poor Pa's ashes, praying he would somehow be absorbed into my eggs, my womb, become a baby and not be dead at all. All I'd ever wanted was to take care of something. I figured it was the next best thing to being taken care of. Better than anything, though. I knew it would make Mum happy to have Pa alive again, even if he was born a little girl. Having a baby, I decided, would be my life's mission.